Catholic High School. Hold up the Vikings. Today's matchup features your Scotch Plains Family Raiders and your Union Catholic Vikings. This afternoon, we are joined by some very special fans of the game. Alumni of the Union Catholic Boys Basketball Program. They are here enjoying the reunion as well as cheering on our current boys team. We have with us former players from 7 different decades, including gentlemen who played on the very first UC team and graduated 59 years ago. All the way up to some of our most recent players. UC is proud to welcome home our boys basketball alumni. And now let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the visiting Scotch Plains Family Raiders. A senior, number 2, Jacob Handy. A junior, number 10, Caleb Fowler. A senior, number 11, Beckham Quinn. A sophomore, number 20, Sean Sparnheimer. And a senior, number 3, Jack Sparnheimer. The head coach is Steve Saracusa. And now, the starting lineup for your Raiders, defending Union County champions, your Union Catholic Vikings. At guard, freshman, number 14, Malik Moore. At guard, senior, number 11, Luke Shore. At forward, senior, number 34, Ethan Montgomery. At forward, senior, number 35, Yao Asa. And at guard, senior, number 2, AJ Alabelli. The assistant coaches are Andrew Fidel, Nick Johnson, Brian Young, and Anthony Gray. The head coach of the Vikings is Jim Ryan Jr. Playing our national anthem, performed by Union Catholic Class of 2008 alum, Cedric Alexis. You can watch tonight's game as well as all Union Catholic basketball games live or archived by visiting Union Catholic Live on YouTube.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Union Catholic Livestream. We are here today with boys varsity basketball versus Scotch Plains Fanwood. I'm Evan Florick. I'm here with Andrew Miller and Vito Gagliardi. How are we doing today, gentlemen?
I think we're doing great. They talk about this as a rivalry game, although some people say in order for it to be a rivalry, both teams have to enjoy a lot of success. In the case of the Scotch Plains Fanwood squad, they've not beaten Union Catholic in 13 years, but when they did it, it was a big one. They knocked Union Catholic out of the county tournament with a first-round upset victory in February of 2012. Two guys from that game are actually here today. One of them is my son, who was a co-captain, and the other, who was in uniform as a freshman, didn't play. One of the assistant coaches for Union Catholic, Nate Johnson. So there hasn't been a back and forth with this rivalry. Last victory by Scotch Plains was a big one. We'll see how they do today.
Oh, geez. Well, either way, it's a big day. It's Alumni Day. And wow, did Yao just lose that tip-off? Well,
Andrew, you're innocent, but Evan said last time it'll be a shock if he ever loses a tip-off, so we were just shocked, right?
well, either way,
Maybe I'm cursed.
who knows? Fires the three early. It's good. Wow, that is Beckham Quinn. Starting things off early for the Raiders. It is Yao's birthday, actually. So, it's a big day for him. We'll be seeing how he does. Starting out with strong perimeter ball movement for the Vikings here. Swings it to Shore. He's going to fire one. No good. Altabelli offensive board. Putback is good. Looks like he got a fresh haircut.
Well, they had to do something to change things up after that hideous game against Plainfield. Some folks were calling this a bounce-back game. I think it's more of a resurrection game. You don't see Union Catholic lose the way they lost the other night.
Absolutely not, no.
Now, Plainfield is likely the best team in the state. They were ranked number 4 when they beat Union Catholic. The score was 65-37. You just don't see it.
Absolutely. I mean, they should be, I want to say number 2. Only team greater than them at this point might just be number 1, maybe St. Peter's Prep. I mean, and they're a public school. It's terrifying.
I mean, with
Travel going to be called.
With school choice now and with relaxation, a lot of the NJSIA rules over the years, public schools have a way to compete that they didn't before.
Nah, absolutely.
And the talent you can draw from in Union County, of course, is extraordinary. You can be a traditional public school without a lot of out-of-towners, and you'll still do very well in a lot of
Sure,
towns.
wide open for 3. More thinking about the 3. He doesn't take it. He's going to drive. Short grabs the offensive board. Jump ball going to be called. It'll go to Union Catholic.
So Union Catholic's had some nice opportunities early, but they haven't been able to do much with it so far. And there you see, even on an inbound, Union Catholic unable to convert.
No, their last couple home games, they have just yet to have a good early start. Moore going to drive. Yao with a good little layup there.
And seeing if the big guys can get on track for Union Catholic, I think that's one of the keys to the game. They have not had really a game where both of them perform the way we know they can.
100%, the big birthday fella. Big to big. Oh, FK could not maintain it.
So another turnover by Union Catholic early in the game.
Seen all too many of them.
Yeah, we've talked about that. Despite being a veteran team, there have been moments where they seem to have lost their concentration or simply just lost the handle. But this Scotch Plains squad is better than it's been in the past few years, so hopefully UC's not overlooking that.
We're going to finish over Yao, who just doesn't even need to move. Yao to FK again. Gonna slam it. Yeah, baby. Big to big action there again. Yao's hand is wrapped up. That might be something to notice.
Yeah, he had a cut on it. We talked about that last time that came up last week.
Well, I believe it was FK's hands, no?
Oh, you may be right. So that means we'll have to check the Vegas line and see if that affects the
Is over under.
That's correct. It usually will when you have a star player injured. Andrew, you don't have any action on this game, do you?
No. Don't worry.
Because I know you're a Scotch Plains guy, because if you said yes, I would say which team are you betting on, but luckily we're not in that awkward spot.
Malik forces the steal. Well, Showtime action. Yeah, baby.
Give me more. And the Vikings up by 5.
He's a freshman. Trying to lose Altabelli, cannot. Trying to go in, and that's handy with the turnover there. Trying to go in and feed McDowell, could not.
Handy, also the starting quarterback for the SPF football team.
Yeah, they have some great athletes, right? Some multiple sport athletes on this squad.
I remember, Miller, you were talking about how one of these players is committed to Yale for lacrosse.
Yes, that'll be number 10, Kayla McDowell.
FK with the rejection. Putting in work on both ends here. Altabelli with the interception.
Yeah, suffocating defense by the Vikings so
Feeds
far
it to
today.
Shore. Despite that early 3-ball, Vikings have gone on a 10-0 run. And again swiped away by Altabelli. Dunk it.
I smell a
could not.
timeout coming. Let's see. And there you go. 12-point run early going. Timeout. Let's reset, guys. And Coach Siragusa gathers his squad.
And that's exactly what you want to see after a very sloppy first couple minutes for the Vikings. That's the Vikings you expected to see against the Scotch Plains team.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about as far as Plainfield is concerned. Losing to Plainfield, there's no shame in that. But it was the way they played, so uncharacteristic of this squad. So if you're Coach Regan, particularly given the schedule they have coming up, you like to see the way they were able to reset and play the way he knows they're capable of playing.
No,
so,
totally. This is
12-point lead.
Yeah, no, this is meant to be a confidence booster. Up 9 now.
Yeah, 12-point run is what I meant. And again, I think the thing is the way that they operated defensively has to be a source of great comfort for Coach Regan.
Right, first substitutions made for the Vikings. Whitaker comes in for Luke Shore, who has started 0 for 3 from 3. However, he has 2 points. I believe all 5 starters have scored for the Vikings.
I think you are correct.
Moore tries to finish underhand, could not.
So what do you think, Andrew, what do you think Coach Siragusa said to his squad when he called that timeout?
I mean, clearly there is a massive talent gap between the Vikings and the Raiders. I think they've got to slow it down. They're not going to beat this extremely athletic Vikings team in transition. Got to slow it down, get into some good half-court sets.
Speaking of which, AJ Altabelli, and 1 called.
So that foul was on the sophomore, Sean Sponheimer, one of, I think, about a dozen Sponheimers to play for the Raiders. Very talented athlete, but he will, right now, be looking at an 0 for 3 and a foul.
Now, you see a pair of them on this team right now. You see Jack and Sean.
And their brother Sam plays basketball for Stockton.
In the corner, he thinks about it. Fires it, it's good.
It's the Yale commit.
And so Raiders doing it the hard way. 6 points from a pair of threes.
Yeah, with the offensive board. Show him, big fella. Travel going to be called on him. McDowell getting hyped.
You can see the transferability between he's a defender in lacrosse and him taking on the responsibility of guarding Yao today.
Man.
I'm sure he wish he had his stick out there with him trying to guard
Definitely.
Yao.
The 6-foot pole would help.
Oh, great little pass there. And 1 going to be called again. Malik Moore this time. Yao's been showing off a little bit of passing. I remember you mentioned one of these guys out here for SPF is their starting QB. However, Yao looking like QB1 today.
I think Union Catholic's got to sponsor a football team soon.
Maybe a football team's got to sponsor UC. Tell you what,
I'm sure Coach Regan would like that better. Actually.
Yeah, I think so. Moore, a great free throw shooter. I mean, I believe he's been shooting above 80 or so % on the season. So, no surprise, he makes a 3-point play, gets a steal. Oh, wow. Dunk attempt over the backboard. It was deflected, it'll remain with UC.
Vikings enjoying a 12-point advantage, and really,
Very
except for maybe the first minute of this quarter, right? They've been firing on all cylinders at both ends of the court.
Very comfortable. FK is off, and Shore's back on. Travel going to be called on more. Again, a very young player. He has been called for quite a few travels this season.
Despite the critical and clutch performances of both Moore and Altobelli at times, and they're great playmakers, the leading scorer for the Vikings is Luke Shore.
Yeah. Gonna fire a three. No good. Moore grabs the rebound. He's gonna push the pace. Feeds it to Shore. Could not get it. Yeah, looking for a putback. Foul on the floor. Wide open Shore. Should be mentioned, Union Catholic has played very clean basketball. Only one foul in 7 minutes of play so far. Slippery ball here. Fires a three. No good. Whitaker on the boards. No. Yeah, with the board. Moore to a cutting Shore. The big fella. Shooter's touch.
So more than half of SPF's shots have been from beyond the arc. They've hit 2 of them.
That's wide open. Oh, underneath, no good. Sidestep three.
Plus an off-ball foul.
Does the field goal count? Yes, looks like it will. Jack Sponheim, but an inbound.
Jack to Nicholson, did that really just happen? I think it did. But it's UC that's shining. No basket.
Looking for the last shot here. 5 seconds. 3 ball. No good. And that is going to end it for that first quarter. Union Catholic with a very comfortable 22-9 lead. Vito, who is the current leading scorer for the Vikings?
The current leading scorer for the Vikings, we have Malik Moore with 5.
I mean, hey, with 22 points, they're passing the ball around.
Yeah, well, you mentioned it early, and this has been something we had not seen, even when they played well against Elizabeth, where all of the starters are contributing offensively. Not the case here in the first quarter. Again, between the fact that they've been moving the ball around and everyone's had a chance to score, and the defense that we saw after, let's say, the first 90 seconds of that quarter. If you're Jim Regan, you're happy not just with the score, but with the quality of the play you're seeing. Got to do something about those turnovers, though. You can get away with that against the Raiders. Against the rest of Union County, it's going to pose a problem.
Nah, I mean, it's the best county in the state right now. I mean, you can afford, again, you're right, you can afford to get away with it against SPF, but there are a lot of teams that you just can't. So, Miller, I'll ask you, what can SPF do to stop this absolute onslaught, or at least bring this score a little bit closer?
Now look, it goes without being said that there is an obvious skill gap between the Vikings and the Raiders, but the Raiders have been getting burned on things that they can control, right? Unforced turnovers, right? Not calling out screens on defense, leading to open layups for the Vikings. With such a skill gap, you cannot be letting these easy mistakes be like getting to the gutter, you know?
I completely agree, yeah.
You know, one of the odd things about the mistakes is you have a team with an experienced coach, and a team that, by the way, is in first place in the Mountain Division. So I think not unlike what we saw from Union Catholic, particularly in the Plainfield game, Scotch Plains Fanwood is not playing up to its ability, even with the talent gap as you described it.
Andrew Ballard got called for the travel. Now this is something you don't see too often. AJ Altobelli going to sit to start the second quarter. In his entire high school career, you know how many times that's happened?
How many?
I could probably count it on my hand. Whitaker pull up midi, no good. On transition, he wants that chase down block, could not get it. Put back is good by Sponheimer. Moore gonna drive, kick it out to Whitaker in the corner. No good. Whitaker gonna be called for a foul. If I gotta give one thing to SPF, their student section is hype.
I believe that's a lacrosse team supporting Caleb.
Oh, man. If there's one thing I know about you, Andrew Miller, you will never hesitate to bring up lacrosse. We'll be seeing him on the field during lacrosse season. And you'll be hearing me talking about him. Altabelli forcing yet another steal. And Altabelli drawing the foul.
No advantage like in soccer, so the play is stopped.
All right, so that's Andrew Balagot, the sophomore, called for the foul. Each team with one foul in this quarter.
Moore gonna drive. Just flings it over his head. He's gonna go to the line for a pair of free throws.
White 3, so Jack Sponheimer, the senior, called for his second.
I don't believe we've seen Sean today.
Sean Sponheimer?
Sean, yeah, Sponheimer. Have we?
We have.
Oh,
he started, and he was 0 for 3 from the floor.
Well.
So we haven't seen him score, but we
haven't
have
seen him score.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know then.
Jack, the leading scorer, no surprise, also leads them in threes.
Altabelli back in along with John Acosta checking in for the first time. Moore 1 of 2 for the free throw line. Puts Union Catholic up 12. Touchdown pass, no good in the end zone. Will go to Union Catholic.
That was an aggressive double there for the Vikings.
Oh, I guess it worked out. Cliff the ball handler. Cliff for 3. Wow.
Union Catholic 0 of 6 from beyond the arc today. So the 3 ball has been a big part of the game, but not for Union Catholic.
And yet they still lead so much.
3 ball's been a big part, but just not a good part. Shore in the corner. Altabelli gonna turn it over. Sponheimer. Right to Balagot. It's gonna be fouled by Altabelli.
Bala got a chance to go to the line. That's Altabelli's first, but the third for the Vikings in this quarter.
5:42 to play. You gotta be risky with those.
A lot of subs.
Seeing a couple starters back in.
Sponheimer for Sponheimer.
And McDowell's back in. Balagot's second is good. Altabelli fakes the handoff. Rejected, but he's gonna be fouled.
Folks here rooting for the Raiders are in disagreement with that particular call.
Not happy with that. It was not the guy who blocked him, but instead, I want to say it was the guy who pushed him down after.
That would have been number 5, Josh Matty.
Altabelli's first is good. Malik comes in for Cliff.
Each team with 3 fouls each already with 5:34 to go in this quarter. So if you like free throws, this may be the quarter for you.
After a relatively clean first quarter. Seen a strong full court press here. Wide open. That's such a goaltend. You could count the seconds in between the time. Hit the backboard and Yao touched it.
Trying to do his best LeBron impression.
So McDowell awarded the basket as a result of the goaltending call.
Shore's gonna drive. Yao gets the offensive board. Gonna swing it right to SPF.
And we've seen a couple of interceptions by the Raiders. They look like the Oakland Raiders in this game.
They do. Cutting the lead to single digits. Union Catholic now lead 25-16.
Yeah, they've had several turnovers recently.
Firing the three. Malik is good.
All right, there is a 3-ball hit for the first time today by the Vikings. We talk about how that covers a lot of sins, and the Vikings now up again by 12.
Acosta looking for the steal. Instead gets a foul.
Yeah, he's not accused of stealing. He's accused of assault. And as a result, he picks up his first foul. And again, that's 4 now for the Vikings, so.
Got to be careful.
Yeah.
Not even halfway through the second. Shore gets the steal. Dunk it. I'm waiting for it.
I mean, the layup will go.
Union Catholic.
Sure-handed play there.
With a comfortable 14-point lead.
I think it's their largest lead of the game. And that's the thing, despite the mistakes that they've obviously made, the talent gap allows them to
They can definitely afford it.
Yeah.
Fires the three. Just missed his mark. Acosta in the corner fakes it. He's going to drive. Travel called. Yeah, no, he was trying to run a marathon on the baseline.
That's at least 4 travels called on the Vikings. And we have
very decent amount, yeah.
Yeah, we have 3:40 to go in the first half, so.
Now, we're looking at a Viking vacation here. Again from the corner. No good. Again.
Yeah, guys come off the bench for the Raiders shooting the 3-ball like it's going out of style.
Shore's 3-ball is good. Yao and McDowell are going to collapse. Believe the basket will count. Whitaker will check in for Acosta.
Yeah, he calls that on McDowell. So now both squads with 4 fouls with 3:20 to go.
Into Moore.
And
Feeds
here
it
we
in.
go.
Yao is fouled. They're in the bonus. And Yao will go to the line for 2.
McDowell picks up 2 quick fouls, so.
Got to be very careful because he is really the only guy that can contain Yao.
No question. So you have 2 guys on the Raiders with 2 fouls already with 3:18 to go in the first half.
I mean, you saw him beat Yao in the tip-off. In and out.
Vikings with a 17-point advantage despite
A relatively sloppy first half.
I was trying to think of a nicer way to say it, but I'll go with that.
Second is no good.
Not playing as clean as we know they can. How about that?
Yeah, I think that's a great way to word it.
All right.
Turns it over. I mean, tell you what, it's been Grand Theft Auto out here for the Vikings. They have committed a lot of steals. Timeout called by the Vikings, I believe.
Yeah, that was a good call, right? You got your guys trapped in the corner. You haven't
Great
had
call.
a lot of
I
timeouts.
believe they did turn it over there.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah. So
Been a lot of that, but despite the turnover festival, you got a 17-point lead.
right, no, I mean they've been making turnovers both ways. Only difference is Union Catholic has had the ability to capitalize on them. Really, their ability to commit to a fast break and finish on them, immaculate. Really, there's no other way to describe it.
Yeah, and you want to give the Vikings defense credit, right? Although the Raiders have made some mistakes, their defense has been extraordinary. Again, the Raiders, first place in the Mountain Division, they only have 16 points, and we're approaching the end of the first half.
100%, yeah. I mean, this is a confident three-point shooting team. However, it hasn't really been falling for them.
Yeah, so that's a big part of their game, and it hasn't been working.
Really, I mean, for both teams, I suppose.
Hasn't been working for either team, but the Vikings rely on it less. I think that's why you see the score you see.
Well, I guess I might have jinxed it for the better. Whitaker drains a three.
I mean, look at that defense right there, right?
Suffocating.
Exactly. You left a guy open under the basket, and it still doesn't come back to haunt you, right? That's crazy.
If I had a nickel for every putback, I might have a quarter. However, Quinn is fouled. He'll go to the line for two. And now both teams are officially in the bonus. First rattles in. Miller, tell me, what have you been seeing from the Union Catholic defense that has made it so efficient today?
I mean, you said sloppy, right? I have a better word. The execution is slightly below par. And I think they're getting it to the sets they want, and the steals are there, but it's not to the level that we expect, right? Usually they blitz the ball super fast with double teams. It hasn't worked out perfectly for them yet, but they've gotten enough steals to really bloat the lead.
Well, I'm saying what has made them so efficient on defense?
Oh, it's the athleticism. It's not even close. Plus the height.
Totally, yeah.
It's really just a two-headed monster.
Shore wide open for three, no good. Whitaker, deep three there.
It's a three-point contest.
It's a half-court challenge. However,
Sponheimer.
that's Sean.
Yeah, Sponheimer picks up the fourth three ball for the Raiders. And that's really, I don't want to say kept the game close. It's not particularly close, but it's been vital to their offensive success, however you define it. Vikings have 3 threes of their own after being held scoreless from beyond the arc in that first quarter.
And now the Raiders have matched Union Catholic's first quarter points.
Wow.
Dumps it to Yao, he jams it.
That's why Altabelli is the playmaker.
Of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Anson gets the points, but that play was made by Altabelli's athleticism.
I mean, that's why he led this, of all returning players, he led the state in assists last year.
Many
Feeds
of
it
which
to Yao. Jams it again. A little bit of deja vu there.
I mean, to say he's feeding Yao, right? Yao sitting in a high chair and he's here comes the airplane, right? He couldn't be more efficient.
No, it's a birthday present, really. Three ball is good by Jacob Handy. Yao wide open for three. Does he want it? He doesn't. Layup is no good. Smokes it.
A bit strong there.
Wide open for three. Handy. No good. Moore with the rebound. He's going to be fouled. 10 seconds left in this first half. And he'll go to the line for two.
So Nicholson sending his coach to the cuckoo's nest by fouling with 10 seconds to go.
Especially 84 feet from the basket. Not one you want to give up.
No, my goodness.
Especially such an efficient free throw. I jinxed it. Nah. I just shouldn't have said anything. Hockey subs for the Vikings here. And Xavier Thompson, who's been ill these past couple games. He missed Elizabeth, he missed Plainfield. He is back today, like 2:30. His second is good. Malik has shot 2 for 4 from the free throw line today. Full court press looking to get the last shot here. FK jumps for the, oh wow. That is a great way to finish it if you're SPF. However, Union Catholic still with a 12-point lead.
That was Seth Hunter. I think the Raiders have 5 different players with at least 1 3 ball. So that's a big part of their game. It's been erratic, but it's allowed them to do whatever you want to do as describing their offensive success. They finished the half well, and they have 29 points.
I mean, that right there, however, was just a mid-range pull-up. Way to get FK to jump for that, though. I mean, if he pulled that 3, that's getting swatted into the upper deck.
Yeah, agreed.
Nah, but either way, Vikings have been playing great defense. It's been leading to so many steals. I mean, I believe they're averaging just under 10 per game. I believe the number is 9.5, maybe around there. It's been very impressive from them this season. But yeah, so the defense has been working out super well. And so, yeah, anything you'd like to add, Vito?
Just saying that, Union Catholic, they looked like they were off to the races with a 20-point lead. It's only 12 now, so I am certain that Coach Regan is discussing with them not to assume this game is over. Scotch Plains did not play up to its ability by any stretch, and they're within 12.
Absolutely. Miller?
I mean, I'm going to have to agree, right? When I looked at the scoreboard, I thought it was going to be at least 20. I was shocked to see 12. And, I mean, the fact that they only beat, a team like Union by 6, you really have to, put this team away. You don't want it to be close in the end. You don't want any, last-minute scares.
I mean, absolutely. Yeah, it's been an up-and-down performance from the Vikings to start this first half. However, I think in the second half, they will clean it up. They'll get a little bit more of a clean ball game, really.
Well, Coach Regan was substituting quite freely in that second quarter, and he may not be inclined to do that again until he retakes a sizable lead.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And keep in mind, it's still a double-digit lead. You can't really be all that mad at that. And so, we've got a bit of an extended halftime today. I believe, how much time until the second half starts?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right, so we will be back with the second half in about 10 minutes. Not too much to say about this game so far. So, stay tuned.
time, we would like to invite all alumni of the UC boys basketball program who are here today to center court for a group photo. These gentlemen represent the famed Terriers team of Union Catholic Boys High School, whose program ran from 1962 to 1980, and the Vikings of Union Catholic High School from 1981 to current day. Welcome home, gentlemen, and thank you for being here to cheer for your Union Catholic basketball team. Gabby Ziegenball, come next. Matt Price, come next. Sophie Peterson for Fabio Scapelli. Gabe Barnes for Fabio Scapelli. Eric Wojciechowski up next for Fabio Scapelli.
And we are back in action. All right, we are here with the second half of Union Catholic versus Scotch Plains Fanwood. Union Catholic currently leads 41-29. All 5 starters back in for the Vikings and, I believe, the Raiders. I believe Union Catholic will start with possession.
Yeah, so the Vikings substituted freely in that second quarter and allowed, it looked like it was going to be off to the races, allowed the Raiders to get back into the game. So 20-point advantage turned into a 12-point advantage, and then we had the whistle to end the half.
Yeah, we did see a lot of substitutions.
Had a lot of fouls in that second quarter, unlike the first quarter, but no one has more than 2. So no one starts the second half in any type of foul trouble.
Yao's been having himself a decent game. Got a pair of dunks. Yeah, it's his birthday. You got to shout him out.
Yeah, he's got 8. The leading scorer, though, is Malik Moore.
Speaking of which, he just missed a 3.
He has 10.
They've been struggling from the 3-point range so far.
Leading scorer for the Raiders in that first half, Beckham Quinn, the senior, with 6.
Foul going to be called, and Jacob Handy will go to the line for 2.
That's on Yaw Ansung. That'll be his first of the half.
Saw a lot of early fouls in that second quarter, and it led to, being in the bonus. You don't want to allow. It's a risky game to play early. Very risky game to play early. Goes 2 for 2.
So what was once a 20-point advantage for the Vikings, now down to 10.
Tries pick and roll. It will be tipped, and it'll remain with Union Catholic.
Yeah, pick and roll was almost picked, but the Vikings are lucky they maintained possession.
Luke's going to drive. He's fouled. It was Beckham Quinn, his second foul.
Moore was 3 of 5 from the line in that first half.
That means this is his 4th trip to the line.
He and Ansung probably the best free throw shooters on the Vikings.
I would argue Altabelli's been having a very solid season from the free throw line too.
Jack Speinheimer denied there.
Foul going to be called against Handy.
So that's only his first, but notably the second foul for the Raiders with 6:38 to go in the quarter.
Yao's drop step. He's in double digits now.
Yeah, among the Vikings leading Moore with 11, he's got 10.
Realized both Sponheimers on the court right now. We might see a little bit of sibling action here. Jack fires one, no good. Short push in the pace. Fires floater, no good. Deep ball there. Intercepted by FK. Oh.
All right, so quick transition there by the Vikings, and they now have a 15-point advantage.
Gonna drive, swing it to Altobelli. FK is rejected. You don't see that too often. Travel going to be called against Quinn.
All right, so after missing 2 shots from underneath, the Vikings get the ball back without any harm befalling them.
Malik, pull it mini. Doesn't even move the net.
So crafty.
He's a very creative player.
And he's got 13.
FK called for the foul there.
I don't think he realized where he was in space.
First sub of the half for the Vikings here. Whitaker and Thompson are going to come in for Shore and Montari.
All right, so with a 17-point advantage, Coach Regan feels comfortable subbing.
Jack drives, quick floater, no good.
All right, so Xavier Thompson called for the foul there, and it will send Sponheimer to the line for the first time today.
First is good.
All right. Jack Sponheimer, who leads the Raiders, averaging 13 points, picks up only his 3rd point of this contest.
Ends the 7-0 run that the Vikings were on. Pounds the rock. Puts it up. Good.
All right, so Jack Sponheimer now with 4 points, the 3-sport star for the Raiders, trying to get his squad back into this contest.
Getting shifty. AJ in the corner. Mini fade for Whitaker is pure.
Yeah, Whitaker off the bench. He's got 5.
Floater's no good. Swings it to Yao. Jam is no good. Pass is tipped away by Moore. It's probably that hand. McDowell on Yao. This is a matchup we've been seeing a lot today. It's not something you'd expect to be a problem for Yao, but it has been. Moore gonna drive. Called for a foul.
It's a reach-in foul called, I believe, on Sean Sponheimer. That would be his 2nd.
Yes, it is. Both teams at 3 fouls. Timeout called by Union Catholic here, I believe.
Yes. All right, so Union Catholic having transformed their lead from 12 at the half to 17 now, even while substituting somewhat freely. More so than I thought Coach Regan would do early in this 3rd quarter, but he did, and so far it's working out for him.
Right, no, of course. I mean, you're seeing Whitaker getting his bag a little bit. I mean, you're seeing everybody getting their bag a little bit. You're seeing a wide diversity of scorers. I mean, you saw it early in the game. You're seeing it now. You love to see it. I mean, Miller, anything you'd like to add?
I'm in agree. They've extended the lead while flexing the bench depth. Always a good thing for a team. You know, at the top of the state, you really need bench depth going into the state tournament, going into the county tournament. It's a good thing to have.
Couldn't agree more. I mean, this is arguably the most depth we've had on a Union Catholic team in its history.
Undoubtedly.
Yeah.
Especially with the guards.
Oh, totally. This is some of the best guard play in the entire state.
Definitely.
And that's really their strength, despite having the two big guys. The Vikings go as the guard play goes.
Yeah, you wouldn't think so just looking at the heights, but yeah.
Well, we've seen, not just today, but throughout the season, Altobelli feeding the bigs, putting them in a position to succeed.
Almost a miscommunication there. Moore still gets possession of it.
Miscommunication coming out of a timeout is the sort of thing that has coaches popping the antacids, right?
Yeah. AJ fakes the jumper, feeds it into Yao. Wow. Again, just spinning off. He is feasting in the paint today.
He's got a dozen points.
I mean, that's what you should expect to see from him.
Agreed. Particularly given the height advantage he enjoys here.
Totally. Against a team like this, there's no reason he shouldn't have the points he has right now. Floater's no good.
Yeah, Jack Speinheimer, an incredible athlete, having an off day here today.
AJ's layup attempt is no good. Oh! Up and under. No good, but he's fouled. And he going to the line for two.
Haney's got 7 points, perfect from the line. Notably, that is Ansung's third foul and the Vikings' fourth this quarter.
Just over 2 minutes to play. Seeing the freshman RJ Wicks check in for the first time this game, and Luke Short come back in for AJ Altobelli. Just as you mentioned, Yao comes out.
And I mean, we've talked about the guard depth, so why not get RJ in here, experiment with some forward depth?
RJ couldn't keep it alive. It will go to SBF.
It's a good experience for the freshman, getting varsity minutes.
That's right. I remember one of his first varsity minutes against.
And he gets the board.
Grab that board, big fella. Yeah, but his first varsity minutes, I believe it was against Chatham. He gets in, he drains a corner three.
I should note for you that the Raiders are 0 of 9 from the floor in this quarter.
Wow.
All their points from the charity stripe.
Thompson's gonna drive, his floater is pure. Are those his first points of the day?
They are, but he's another example of the depth that Union Catholic can flash, and this is a great time to get those guys some minutes.
Without a doubt, he's a very fast player. Deflected by Wicks. Tries to feed more, could not. Foul gonna be called on Short and one, Jacob Handy. That's their first field goal of the quarter. And now, SBF's in the bonus.
Yeah, Short picks up his second foul. Probably not the best decision he's made today.
Looking to cut the lead to 17. Shooter's touch.
Yeah, Jacob's pretty handy from the line, 4 out of 5 today.
Not bad at all. Offensive foul called on Malik Moore. And just like that, Josh Maddie might go to the line for, oh. Oh no, the charge does not get called.
Yeah, no.
My bad.
But the Raiders are in the bonus.
Illegal screen gonna be called, I believe.
I think that's called on McDowell, which would be his third.
Thompson fakes a three.
Vikings nursing a 17-point lead with less than a minute to go.
Why not?
Oh, the crowd and the bench love watching the freshman score.
I mean, yeah, with that size advantage, you'll love to see him feasting. Sponheimer's three is pure.
Yeah, nothing but net for Jack Sponheimer there.
You said he was their leading scorer. You said he was their leading scorer on the season, no?
I wouldn't have said it if it wasn't true.
Right. Thompson barely keeps it alive. Whoop. Just over 2 seconds left.
Yeah, so those sporadic threes keeping the Raiders within something resembling striking distance. They were down by 19, now down by 16 with 2.2 seconds to play.
Thompson inbound. They got to find something here. A quick shot. More fading three. No good. And Union Catholic will lead by 16 going into the fourth.
That three, you know, almost got them back up to 19. I believe that was their highest lead of the game, right?
They had 20.
20, gotcha.
For a moment early in the second quarter, and then watched it fade down to 12. But they have a commanding 16-point lead, and now, of course, only a quarter left to work. Again, I think the nature of the substitutions has allowed the Raiders to stay in the game, but Coach Regan obviously quite confident that he's got this one in hand.
I mean, absolutely. You knew that Union Catholic was going to be massive favorites. 7-4, the number 7 in New Jersey. There's not a lot to say. I mean, the offense has been somewhat clicking. Yasmin feasting in the paint. You see him come out. You see RJ come in. He does the exact same thing. So, yeah, that's really all there is to say.
And I don't know what the over-under is. If you had asked me before the game, I would say you want to see the Vikings score 70 points. I don't know that they will, given the freedom with which they've been substituting. But with Whitaker and Rick scoring, that doesn't mean just because you're subbing in, you're not going to be scoring. So we'll see what happens in this quarter. But the game fairly well in hand, although you'll notice that 4 of the 5 starters are out there again for Coach Regan to start.
That's right. That is the starters and Cliff. Malik will start on the bench for the Vikings today, or in this fourth quarter.
So we've seen a lot of fouls called in that second quarter and in the third quarter, so we should be watching for that. And we note, particularly since he's back out there, Ansung has 3, and Shore also out there. He too has 3, so the Vikings will have to watch that. Only McDowell among the starters for SPF with 3 fouls.
Seeing both Yao and FK in the paint is a scary sight.
Shore with now 14 above his season average.
In the corner, no good. McDowell hits the floor, kick ball.
Well, obviously the Raiders have decided that the key to their getting back in the game is to try to hit threes the way they were hitting them in that first quarter. In the second quarter, they were only 1 of 2 from beyond the arc, and both of those were taken by Jack Sponheimer. In this quarter, they are 0 of 2 from beyond the arc.
Shore finds it again. He's up to 16. Is he their leading scorer now?
He has 15 points and is leading the Vikings.
Nice.
Moore has 13. So the Vikings enjoying again a 20-point advantage.
Tying their biggest of the game. Sponheimer fires a 3. Good again. If there's any travel going to be called on FK. If there's any hope.
Yeah, the Vikings are traveling more than Uber today. It's got to be a source of frustration for Coach Regan.
Totally. You said we were looking for a sponsor.
Yeah, but there you go.
Maybe find Lyft.
Well, this is not giving Coach Regan a lift. Unforced errors. This one does not come back to cost the Vikings. Quick turnover by the Raiders.
Find Shore in the corner. Offensive foul. Way to draw the charge is Josh Matty.
Yeah, so that's Altobelli's second. Vikings retain possession.
17-point lead.
The Vikings have been unable to crack that 20 mark. They've been there twice and could not extend it.
Sponheimer finds another three. Late foul call there.
So that's Cliff DeGuere's first. Second in the quarter for the Vikings.
Handy finds Sponheimer. He's going to keep firing. QB1, Yao Ansong. Offensive foul again. Man. The way Matty has drawn these is something to be studied.
That is fundamental SPF basketball right there. Taking charges, knocking down threes.
All right, so 3 fouls in this quarter for the Vikings.
With only 2 minutes played so far. Matty's going to drive over Yao. No good. Rejected by FK. Rejected by Yao. Gives block party a whole new meaning. Deep into FK. His little layup is good.
Was that your or FK?
That was FK.
FK's only got 4 points in the game,
He has
but
played-
those were big.
He has played very limited minutes. But I believe the shots he's taken have been relatively efficient. Sponheimer again at the line. And already, SPF looking at the bonus with 5:26 left in this fourth quarter. Malik Moore's going to check in for Cliff. And now, all 5 starters back in for the Vikings.
Well, Cliff picked up 2 quick fouls there.
Right. Which, if you're Coach Regan, this is maybe not what you were expecting. Sponheimer's second is good.
I don't know if it's what you're expecting, but it's certainly not what you want. Team's trailing by 17 points. They're going to get to go to the line every time they're fouled for the rest of this game. So
Right. Timeout called by Union Catholic.
SPF, I believe.
Oh, that was an SPF timeout?
I think so. 30 seconds.
30-second timeout for SPF. So,
Well,
I mean, right, so he's got to tell his guys, look, we got 5.5 minutes to go. I think they're going to continue to bomb away from 3. There's no doubt about that.
Totally.
And they have the comfort of knowing that every time they're fouled, they'll go to the line. So despite what is a 17-point advantage, there's no reason to think this game is over. And we know Coach Regan doesn't think so because he's got his starters back out there.
no, absolutely not. This is the time to draw a foul. I mean, they've been great at drawing fouls. And now, if any, is the time to exaggerate a little bit. You know, see if you can get the ref's hand. And now, timeout, out of the timeout, full court press here. Altobelli gonna drive. Up to Yao. He's gonna jam it. For Yao, it's been a dunk fest today.
Yeah, he's got 14 points. Shooting 3 of 4 in the second half. Big part of Union Catholic's ability to maintain a lead.
Deflected by Altobelli, will remain with SPF.
In the 3 minutes that have transpired, the Raiders have taken 8 shots. The Vikings have taken only 2, but they've hit both of them.
Wide open is Handy. He's not missing those.
Handy 2 of 4 from beyond the arc today.
Wide open is FK. He's gonna jam it too. Showtime Vikings today. Wow. That is a confident shot to take.
Another guy coming off the bench, hitting the three, keeping the Raiders in this game.
Blocking foul now called on Hunter. Their first of the quarter. Shore wide open for three, decides not to take it.
Yeah, I'm imagining Coach Regan has encouraged them to cut down in the downtown shots and burn a little clock.
Totally, they have not been too efficient from three today. So, going in, I mean, driving has been very efficient for him. Now Shore's at the line for two.
And that is the fourth foul of the game on starter Callum McDowell, whom we mentioned is a lacrosse star.
His first rattles in. I mean, if you're McDowell, it translates very interestingly between basketball and lacrosse, because in lacrosse, none of those are called for a foul.
Yeah, no, not at all.
If anything, you're called weak in lacrosse for making a hit like that. Pull up, Mitty. No good. Altobelli with the rebound.
I mean, he has battled with Yao all day.
Absolutely. There are not a lot of guys that confident, especially when you're not even slightly as tall as Yao. Malik deep three is good.
Vito, as you said, they hit 70.
They did. I didn't have any money on it, though. I want to be clear.
Hunter answers. Altobelli showing off a couple of his handles.
4 threes hit in this quarter alone by the Raiders.
Swings it to Shore. He's going to fire a three. No good. He intercepts the ball, though. Makes up for it. Oh, baby! Does that count as a lob?
It does.
I would give it to FK. You know what? I'm gonna say Lob City. Why not? Oh, swatted by FK. Hunter was thinking about it, but he did not want to be put on a highlight reel. McDowell thinking about the three.
Yeah, he was wide open. I'm surprised he didn't take it there.
He's scared of Yao.
Sponheimer, every shot he's taken in this quarter is from beyond the arc.
Shore's three ball finally drops. And now finally they've reached that above 20-point lead. Union Catholic now leads 75-54.
Shore has 19 points. He's having an incredible game today. This one well in hand for the Vikings.
That's right, yeah. After 4 fouls very early on, Union Catholic has not fouled since. So, way to clean it up, get a strong lead, get your substitutions in. I mean, you saw right then, the subs were ready to get on. You saw John Acosta, you saw AJK, you saw Kendall.
He's ready.
Oh, now here we see him. You see one starter, you see AJ Altobelli, but you see AJK, you see RJ, you see Kendall, you see John Acosta. You see these guys deep into the rotation, get their minutes in. You'll love to see it.
And they look confident.
Absolutely.
So let's see what we get out of the Raiders. Raiders do the same.
Yeah. And this game is all but one for UC.
Yeah, so obviously Coach Syracuse sees that. He's getting his guys in. 2 minutes and 11 seconds to go. You're down by 21, which we know to be the Vikings' largest margin of the day.
That's right.
So it's time to let your guys get some minutes, and that's what we'll see as we close this out.
Swallowed by RJ, but it's going to be called for a foul. And now, finally, Scotch Plains has entered the bonus. They will go to the line. That is Javon Young. First free throw, no good. And there we go. Greg Valoria has checked in for Union Catholic. Possibly I'll tell you what, AJ Altobelli's got to run for his money. This is one of the shiftiest players I've ever seen. Second free throw, in and out. Acosta rebounds. Deep ball to AJK. I want to see Greg scoring.
Don't we all?
Yes, we do.
I'm pretty sure this place will be tough to contain if he hits a bucket.
Absolutely. Will remain with Union Catholic. Costa to inbound.
Yeah, what you're seeing down there is reflective of two groups of 5 who don't normally play a lot together. So
Will go to Scotch Plains.
you're going to see a clinic in turnovers and inbounding as we close this one out.
Balagot, who we saw much earlier in the game, will push the pace for the Raiders.
Yeah, a lot of guys that we saw earlier are back in now, like Tomasi.
I'll tell you what, this might be my favorite part of the game because you're looking at guys who are hungry to score. This is the most hustle you're going to see on the court today.
All right, so you got a chance to hear the PA announcer call out the name Greg Valoria, but not for the reason you wanted. He commits a foul. And since the Raiders are in the bonus, here we go.
Cooper Tomasi at the line for 2. His first is good. Ian Rogers checks in for Varsity. The first time this season, I want to say. After nursing a knee injury for the vast beginning of this season. A very young lineup, and AJK out for the Vikings right now. And of course, AJK, the heart and soul of this Vikings team.
The Gorilla Glue.
Oh, foul going to be called against Kendall. He will go to the line for 2.
I do not believe he has any points this season, so this is a nice opportunity for him.
Oh, this is a great opportunity.
Fouls on Nicholson.
And there he goes. He's on the board. I think we might have seen him score against Chatham. I don't know. We definitely saw him on the court.
We did.
I remember I saw him get thrown a lob on JV. Less than a minute left in the game. Guarded heavily by AJK. Greg with the steal. This is your chance. Finish. He does it. The kid is on the board. He is all smiles.
And you heard the cheers.
Swarmed by the 2 young bigs. Oh.
There was a lot of hype between those 2.
Yeah, both listed at 6'6". Future of UC Bigs is pretty bright.
Ian Rogers there called for the foul. So again, SPF going to the line.
Does that say Javon or J. Ron?
Javon, I believe.
I don't know, because whoever wrote this does not have perfect handwriting.
I believe it's Javon.
I believe it's Javon as well.
Either way, the second is no good. Wick's too big. Ooh.
The shiftiness on display.
Ah, it turns it over. AJK looking for the block.
Come on, folks.
AJK has to get in the stat sheet somehow.
Well, the subs have come in for Union Catholic.
And Javon Young at the line for the 3rd time.
Distinguished themselves with some timely fouling.
I think the hypest moment of last season was when AJK got in and got the and 1. Man, that was an immaculate game. I think that was the Rutgers prep game too. Half court it. Fire it. That is going to be the game. Union Catholic with one of its highest scoring performances of the season, 79-56.
Almost 80.
Almost hit that 80 mark. What a performance today by Union Catholic. I mean, this is kind of what we expected going into it. I mean, Scotch Plains in a lower division said that, but they are the #1 team in that Mountain Division. So this is a great performance by Union Catholic overall. Really cleaned up the turnovers in that second half.
Yeah, I think they had 3 guys scoring double digits, and some turnovers that I'm sure Coach Regan would like to clean up. But overall, a solid performance, and I think notable by the quality of the defense and by the fact that a number of guys who have been uneven in terms of scoring found their touch in this game. The Vikings looked pretty good.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, AJ had a boatload of assists. Yao filled up the score sheet today.
He did.
I mean, Malik was doing his thing. Luke was doing his thing. Great game overall. Miller, anything you'd like to add?
I mean, it was a great performance, right? Great way to refresh the mind, regain your identity, and go into the new week forgetting about what happened Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
What happened when?
Thursday.
I thought you wanted me to forget.
Oh, I apologize.
It didn't happen.
It didn't happen, no.
We're moving on.
So their game tomorrow canceled because of the anticipated inclement weather. They were going to be playing Linden at Kane. So their next game here next Thursday against Westfield.
Wow, big
time off.
Big time off. Well, that means we will be getting Coach Regan. We'll be getting some alumni on.
Ooh, okay.
Right?
I believe so.
Yeah, we will be. We will be getting some alumni on to get a little interview. We will be getting Coach Regan, and we will be getting a player for a little interview.
Who will it be?
Probably Yao, I'd say. It's his birthday.
Really?
I mean, he had
That makes a lot of
what
sense.
a game for him today.
Yeah.
Unless he's got plans.
Yeah, nah, you better not. But so that'll be it for this section of the live stream. So stay tuned. And we are back with Coach Regan. Big win today. How's it going?
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Great.
I'm very solid. Big win today. It's a bit of a rebound game after, a bit of a sloppy loss. You got to talk about a little bit about the atmosphere here. It's Alumni Day. What does that mean to you?
Oh, well, we've been talking about that for the last week or two, knowing that today was Scotch Plains coming into town. We had a great showing by our former basketball players, former Union Catholic students. Yeah, I thought we did a really nice job. I loved our energy coming out today after losing at Plainfield the other night. The key to the Watch On Conference is to keep losing streaks to one game, right? So if you can bounce back and get wins after a defeat, you're going to wind up having a really, really nice season. And I think that right now we're in the middle of having a really, really nice season.
I couldn't agree more. I think what I want to talk about most is maybe the second quarter, right? There were a lot. The first and second quarter, there were a lot of early turnovers. You saw a lot of them. Really, you were forcing a lot of turnovers. However, you were committing a lot of turnovers. Maybe going into that second quarter, was there anything you told your players to make them calm down a little bit on trying to force a ridiculous play?
Well, we actually didn't want to calm down. We actually wanted to play faster than Scotch Plains today. So I thought we did a really nice job of wearing them out. We jumped them early, right? I think it was 22-8, 23-8, something like that at the end of the first quarter. We didn't play our best basketball, I thought, defensively, but we tried to press them. We tried to get up and down. They made a couple passes, hit a couple shots. Listen, Scotch Plains is a really good team. They're a Group 4 team, North 2 Group 4. They're in first place in the Mountain Division. They're a Watch On Conference program. With some good players. They have an excellent coach in Coach Saracusa. I think he does a fantastic job with them. So we knew it was going to be a battle for sure. And to walk away with a 20-25 point win is quite impressive, especially after the way we played on Thursday night.
Definitely. Going off two things you said, playing fast and keys to winning in the Watch On Conference. You usually say whoever hits 55 first wins. Forget about 55. You guys hit 75 today. Talk about, your display of offense today and really the firepower your team possesses.
Yeah, well, I actually think most of our offense came from our defense. Right, we did a real nice job trapping the ball, taking the ball out of the ball handler's hands, especially in the half court. I still don't think we're shooting the ball like I think that we can. I think we're still trying to get out of that, dig out of that. But once we start to shoot the ball like the way I think that we can, I think we're going to be one of the toughest teams to beat in the state of New Jersey. But I thought today our defense led to our offense. When they can get all 16 guys into the game and they can all contribute, things are really going well, and we were able to do that today.
No, totally. If I was keeping track of fast break points, that would probably be quite a lot. But I think, you got to talk about the big fella today. Both of them, really. It looked like Lob City out there. Yao and FK were both having great games out there. What do you say about their presence? Especially against a smaller team.
Well, what I like about our bigs is that the bigs get the ball from our guards, right? So our guards do a fantastic job of beating teams off the dribble. Then it becomes a 2-on-1 opportunity, and I think they're very unselfish in passing the ball up. And getting lobs and getting dunks. I don't know how many dunks we had today, but it had to be half a dozen or so, I would say, at least. I thought Yao and FK played really, really well today. Yao is still developing. Both of them are still developing. They're still new to the game, right? Everything we've seen in the past two and a half years has been gravy for us. They're playing now how I thought they would be playing now, right? To develop and to get better. So what we saw as sophomores and juniors was just what an added bonus for us that we were able to play like that they were able to play like that. But keep grinding. Matchups are so hard for them, right? Because they're not going up against other 6'8" and 7 footers, right? Today they're going up against 6'3", 6'4", 5'11", 6'1", and it's hard. They're getting pushed. They're getting punched. There's very rarely any fouls called for them. A lot of fouls called against them. But they did a great job grinding. And I'm really glad the birthday boy, Yao Ensong, had a really good performance today.
Yep, totally. Great win today, right? Large margin of victory, And because of that, you got to get a lot of subs in the game. What can you talk about, the depth of your team, especially with the guards? So much guard depth on your team.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned that quite a few times here on the post game. We're going to continue to win games because of our depth. I think we were able to really wear Scotch Plains down there at the end of the third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter, because we have fresh bodies and fresh legs that are able to come in and really disrupt what the other team wants to do. And they're able to learn from our seniors, AJ and Luke. So it's a great combination for us. I want to try to get our younger guys even more minutes as we continue to build for the future so that they have game experience in these rivalries, in games like this. It's a good situation for everybody.
No, without a doubt. I mean, this is the most guard depth we've arguably ever that we've seen on a Union Catholic basketball team.
I've been doing this for 23 years now, and this is without a doubt the most depth any team that I've coached has ever had. So it's nice to be able to keep guys fresh. They miss a couple shots. You know, I see them slacking a little bit. Maybe their hands are on their knees at the foul line. We're able to sub. You're able to get a quick rest, quick drink of water, and you're right back into the game fresh. I think that's, again, what we want to do is want to play our best basketball at the end of February, beginning of March, and keep grinding it out. And I think today was a great PowerPoint win for us as we try to secure home games in the state tournament, as we try to secure high seeds in the county tournament. So we're well on our way. We're well on our way.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I don't know how many times AJ in his high school career has been able to comfortably sit in that second quarter. Just doesn't not happen often. But
yeah, because, I mean, our schedule is so tough. I think people don't really understand that. You know, even people who know high school basketball in the state of New Jersey understand that, but the common fan has no idea about the grueling schedule that we're playing right now in the Watch-On Conference. I mean, to have 4 of the top 8 teams in the state of New Jersey, and it's probably even 4 of the top 6 teams or whatever it is, it's just high-level basketball every single day. And then the practice and preparation of those high-level games. So when you get a chance to give a guy a break like that, it's a real good thing as we continue to move along this season.
Absolutely. And actually, I'm so glad you brought up practice and preparation because you got a bit of a big break. Linden was just canceled because of the
Yeah, we're really,
weather.
really disappointed about that, actually. I mean, we wanted to play Linden tomorrow. We're ready to go. But Mother Nature had a different idea. So we'll be off tomorrow, and then we'll practice the rest of the week as we have Westfield, another local rival, coming in. And we'll play them on Thursday and then St. Rose on Saturday. But the focus for us is on our next game, and that's making sure that we're prepared for Westfield on Thursday.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
All right. All right. After a lot of adjusting the camera, we're here with Yao Ansong. Happy birthday, man. How's it going? Thank you. It's all right. Is this mic on? All right. Say that again.
I said nothing crazy. Everything is calm.
That's good. Okay. So, big game today out of you. I mean, how do you feel about your performance today?
I'm excited. I played very good on my birthday, and then we showed out today because we had a big loss a couple of days ago, and then we bounced back. Looking forward to win the other games ahead of us.
Absolutely. So, what are your plans for after this? You're a party guy?
Nah, I'm not a party guy, but I probably might go to a dinner with family and friends. So,
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Great game today, Yao. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, as such a tall person, right?
Yeah.
When you're playing down there, you're probably going to be the tallest person on the court at all times.
Yeah.
What's your mentality regarding that?
I have to go get every rebound. I have to keep the ball high. I have to see the court very well like a point guard, even though I'm not a point guard, but at least I should see the court very well, pass the ball when it's open. Just the little things, the basics, that's all.
No,
Definitely.
absolutely. You were throwing it like a quarterback out there today.
I know.
You were doing great with it. Looking a little bit like AJ.
Yeah.
But no. So is that kind of what you work on, like in the in the off day on your off days? Would you say that's what you work on? Like, do you work on your outside shooting? Do you work in the post?
I work a lot in the post and then maybe a couple of perimeter shots to finish the day. But the passing ability, I think it's natural. I just have it. I just make sure I see the court, see who's open, move the ball so that we can run down the court faster.
Yeah, definitely. I bet your coaches definitely want you down there on the block rather than shooting threes.
Yeah, so I don't really force anything, even though I could shoot it, but I just respect the coaches' wishes and then how they want the game to be played. But if I'm wide open, I'm going to take it.
Yeah, you got to take that wide
Yeah.
open. You're not missing that.
Yeah.
One last question from me. What are your pregame rituals? Do you have any?
My pregame rituals, I don't really have anything specific, but I listen to music that makes me happy because I can't go in the game upset or overthinking about stuff. Everything that's going on around me, I have to let it go and then let my mind be free. I have to free up my mind and then go in the game and then do what I have to do.
Yep. Any pregame meal?
No.
No signature?
No.
Gotcha.
I eat probably an hour before the game so that I don't have any issues with feeling like throwing up or anything.
Gotcha.
Totally, I understand that.
Yeah.
You always been a basketball guy, or you ever done other sports?
I played soccer my whole life until 8th grade, and then I was like, nah, I'm like 6'8", 6'9", I can't play soccer no more. I have to change the sports. And I tried basketball, and then
I'd say you
It
ended up
worked,
all right
yep.
for yourself.
yeah.
Yeah, so thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yep.
I
Thank you
really
for having
appreciate
me.
it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so that's going to be all from us today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We will be back in quite some time. I mean, boys
Yeah.
basketball is back on Thursday when we host Westfield.
Yep.
So I'm Evan Floric. This is Andrew Miller. That was Yao Ansong. I promise you, we're not that short. He's just really, really tall.
We actually are pretty tall, relatively speaking.
We're a decent height. Like the average guy is 5'7"
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
U.S.
Come on.
So this is UC Livestream. We'll see you next time. As always, stay tuned.